I'm very conflicted with how to start this video because I don't like video introductions where it's like, hello everybody, today we're gonna be doing whatever, but I feel like it's kind of warranted for this kind of thing, but I don't know how to do it without being cringy.
Remember when Deadwater was like dead or something? You just said, hello, I'm Timbleweeds.
Yeah, I remember that.
That worked.
I'm Timbleweed.
I'm hungry. Ah! We gotta do it again.
No, we continue.
Just let me freaking press play.
No, wait. I had to introduce this more properly. We're gonna be watching all of the machinimas we've ever made, besides the weird mini machinimas that I do sometimes. We're going to be watching our videos in order of creation, starting with Fight of Metal Gears #1.
Oh no, what?
So, Fight of Metal Gears is the very first machinima we ever did. And this is actually before the Deadwater channel existed.
Yeah.
So this is uploaded on my channel. And we ported it over to Deadwater. We are currently watching this on the map that we made the majority of this machinima on.
Metal Gear Solid. Fight of Metal Gears.
Fight of Metal Gears.
And died before, and his kid Jake Snake had to do things now for the world. Jake Snake growed up with Solid Snake and helped him beat Metal Gears, but now Solid Snake was not there anymore, and only Jake Snake was. Solid Snake, what happens when you die? Jake,
what were we thinking?
I don't remember, to be honest.
This is this tree, guys.
Done, Solid Snake said to Jake Snake, then he died later. Jake Snake got a call from Otacon, and Otacon said, Jake Snake Metal Gears are fighting in Out Heaven, and you have to get there to fight them.
Wasn't it
wait.
after we pause it?
Notice how the phone he's holding is upside down.
The thing is, when did we actually notice that it was upside down?
I actually just now noticed it a couple weeks ago when I was watching. I don't think we noticed when we were actually recording that it was upside down, because the cord is coming out of the top.
Yeah, the cord's coming out of the top.
Oh yes, he was sitting on a upturned freezer, by the way. Your fridge.
Oh wait, I forgot about that.
Solid Snake friend, and I want you to be my friend, so I will fight Metal Gears too. Jake Snake got his weapons
I
and
remember.
cigars.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, pause! Okay, so
This scene was the bane of our existence for the longest time until something worse came along. But this took us at least 20 takes to do correctly.
Yes. This specific scene where he flies over to the table and picks up his cigar is infamous in the history of Deadwater Gaming for being one of the hardest scenes that we ever made, and I have no idea why.
Especially since, there were scenes that were almost as hard to film, but none of them topped this because this scene was so simple to record. The concept is so simple. Run over to the table and faceplant. That was it. It took us 20 takes.
And it actually became an in-joke where anytime we encountered a scene that was difficult to make in any extent, we would just start screaming cigar scene.
Yeah, we had a lot of those moments in a very specific machinima.
And got on a plane and went fast to Out Heaven to get.
This was my idea.
Fighting there.
The bathtub with wings.
So that tire that rolled by, we did not engineer that. When we made the bathtub plane, when you create things in gmod and save them and then reload the save, for some reason they don't like to stay together very well, and the bathtub kept falling apart every time we would load the save, and we would try to clean up all the parts and then spawn a new bathtub plane for each take. And at the take that we got that worked at the last take, we forgot to clean up one of the tires that was still rolling around, apparently, and it rolled past the camera at the last second, and ended up making the scene a whole lot better than it normally would have been.
I would also like to point out this is the only machinima we have, I think, that doesn't have a behind-the-scenes video.
Oh yeah.
Jake Snake got to the top of the sky near where the Metal Gears were fighting and put on autopilot and flipped out of the plane.
I love the way he presses the button with his foot.
Jake Snake's parachute
Yeah.
opened, so he landed in
This was
water.
also my idea, the parachute didn't open
Jake
part.
Snake got out of the water and crawled fast and quiet to where Metal Gears were.
Epic crawling
Jake Snake
animation.
picked up a rocket gun and crawled fast and quiet so Metal Gears couldn't see him there. Jake Snake stooped and smoked a cigar because he was tired. Then out of nowhere, Otacon came on the phone and yelled, "Jake Snake behind you!" So Jake Snake turned around and saw a bad guy with weapon pointed at Jake Snake.
How did Otacon freaking know?
He's just a phone, how can he see?
Because they have Metal Gears and have weapons that shoot lasers. Then Jake Snake said, "I have lasers too," and brought it out of his pocket where it was hiding and shot the bad guy into face. "I don't like bad guys like that," Jake Snake said to the dead bad guy. Then he threw his cigar on him and he lighted on fire. Jake Snake
I love that
ran
scene.
to where Metal Gears were fahageting because he could hear the bullets and booms. Jake Snake brought out his rocket gun.
Have you ever noticed, but like the text that shows up on screen along with you narrating is like really off timing towards the end of this video. This was back when I had absolutely no idea how to edit videos. And I was still using this really crappy video editor called Movavi that like no one uses.
I remember Movavi.
Lagged terribly. Like if you pressed a single button, it took like 10 seconds till it happened in real, like in the actual video. So timing the text was excruciatingly difficult because it was getting laggier and laggier the more I used the program for some reason. So it got worse and worse towards the end.
Rocket at a Metal Gear, and the Metal Gear blew up and fell. Other Metal Gears came when the boom happened and came to Jake Snake, who was crawling fast in bushes.
I'd like to point out that those are the same Metal
They
Gears.
saw me, Jake Snake said, so he put on camouflage and disappeared.
That was the Spy in a Box
Where did he
reference.
go? A Metal Gear said to the other Metal Gears.
And
Over
also
there,
the
Metal Gear shot
I'm in a box
bush
thing, but
and
also
only hit ground and nothing. Then Jake Snake
Ground and
said,
nothing is
"I
still
am
one of my
here with
favorite
bad guys,"
quotes.
and was behind
yeah.
The Metal Gears turned around and saw Jake Snake in a Metal Gear that Jake Snake fighted somewhere. Solid Snake fighted you bad guys, and now I have to. You will pay, fools. Then Jake Snake and the Metal Gears shot bullets and rockets and lasers, and there was a lot of booms and dust came.
My game almost
Dust rolled away,
crashed
and
at
Jake
that
Snake was
part.
still in his Metal
I
Gear.
remember
The other ones were too,
all
and
the
they
lag
said,
that was
"We
there.
have armor, Jake Snake." And Jake Snake said, "What about this?" and shot something special at them. To be continued?
You have to rate this.
Okay,
one
I
from-
will rate this. It gets extra nostalgia points for sure. I am
Yes.
going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's actually a lot lower than I thought it was.
Okay, actually, let me bump it up to 7.5. I originally gave it a 6.5 just because it's like, you know what? It was really bad. But then I remembered all the nostalgia of the cigar scene and then everything all working together. This was the first machinima and only machinima that we were able to make in one day. Yeah, this was one recording session and you edited it the next morning and put it out. It was less than 24 hours.
I rate like 8.7 out of 10 or possibly
Wow.
9 out of 10 because it's terrible quality and screwed up everything gives it extra charm for me because I think it's the closest to actual full life consequences we've ever gotten because it was so sloppily and lazily put together like the original. We're about to start the next machinima, the second machinima we've ever made, being Babylon 13, which
Right,
is
I
the
have-
very first Deadwater video ever made.
Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna watch Babylon 13.
Yes, and we're on the map We're in the very place that Gorge ran into Space Deck. Actually, it's right over there. It's very cool. This is the very first Deadwater video we ever uploaded. It was the very first machinima that we ever made all together. It was also the very first machinima that I used an actual video editor for, Sony Vegas. There's a little hiccup in the beginning of the video, and that's because I edited the first like 15 seconds using Movavi because I didn't have Vegas yet, and then I got Vegas like in the middle of editing it, so I used the first 20 seconds that I had already edited in Movavi because I was lazy and didn't want to re-edit it in Vegas. So the first 10 seconds has an extremely low frame rate, it's extremely dark, and it looks terrible. And then all of a sudden there's this huge quality shift like 15 seconds in, and it gets really smooth and looks really nice, and that's at the point at which I switched.
never knew that.
This is the Movavi half. Or not half.
Chapter 1. Jekri looked work. He was the prince of that planet.
Oh my gosh.
He had to work. Commander Gorge Hackler ran into Space Deck and was out of breathing, and then said in a
Is this the low frame rate you were talking about?
Yes.
Jekri looked up at him and said, "You have run into here with a hurry." Gorge said, "Yes, I have come to you with a plan. It is from the galactic planets." Jekri looked up at him and said, "Okay,
there's the quality
what
shift."
Is the plan?" Gorge
There
said,
it is.
I don't know. It is a secret, but you must help me. It is for the good of the galactic planets. And a TV said that the galactic planets in danger were so much. Jekri talked to him back.
That's still your gmod spray to this day.
I think it is, yeah. We just we just found some random stock image of planets. That was from like some children's TV show, and then saved it as a JPEG, and then imported it into gmod as my spray. And I just sprayed it on the wall, we framed it with wood, and that was the TV.
Jekri talked to him back. We have to hurry then, because I do not want to see an entire planet be put into Ham's way. They arrived at the bullet chute, which shoot them into space like a bullet. It was new technology that the Babylonians based on the works of Jules Verne, but with railgun instead. We should get into the bullet. They arrived.
I'd also like to note that they arrived like 4 times.
I was literally about to say that exact thing.
Like, just listen to how many times they arrived. I love the expression on Gorge's face. The epic space capsule journey that shoots them
broken half.
Yes, it shoots them into far space, which is actually just the other side of the hangar.
When they arrived, they went into the cargo bay of the planets, and they arrived.
The physics glitch on this
2
part.
more arrives.
Yeah, 2 more arrives. The hand thing.
There were so many boxes. Before they went to the exit to the main
From this
planet,
moment on is
Jekri
when
looked
I
at the
was
box.
helping with
We should
making
check this
it.
box to see if it is anything suspicious. Jekri said, and he pointed at the box that he looking at. Gorge said, "Okay, I will open it." And he opened at it, and inside was a terrorist. "Oh no, it is something bad," Jekri said.
I feel like I have to talk about the ropes. I feel like I have to address the ropes on Jeffrey's
I was gonna talk about it too.
Alright, so this is before we knew how to weld body parts together so that if you raise one body part, the other body part raises as well. So we just got balloons with ropes and attached them to Jekri's wrists and just released the balloons to make his arms go up. It's the most ghetto solution to our ignorance. But we made the balloons invisible, so it's okay.
I remember you telling me too. Hold on. I remember you telling me too. You're like, oh, they won't. It'll be fine. They won't see anything. And then when the video came out, I'm like, dude, you can see the road.
Oh no, it is something bad. Jeffrey said, we need to run. The terrorists shooted a laser device, and it was shooting lasers all over
missing
the
textures.
ship. They hurried to run away while the terrorists were shooting lasers all over the cargo bay.
I love how the terrorist turns around to look like I ran past them.
When they escaped, Gorge sighed a relieving breath.
What is Jeffrey doing?
When the terrorists found them, and it was a terrorist alien
there's
that
Mahogany
was
cameo
really
in the
a
back.
scale. We don't.
Oh, we
put
did that
you
for the
any
dramatic
ham,
turnaround,
the
I remember.
terrorist said, but I am a political activist, and I have to make the governments of the planet understand. Violence does not solve. Okay.
The fizz gun
Chapter
glow.
2. That night they arrived at the planet of the plan, and
They
Gorge set to
arrived
put it
again.
in motion. This is chemical power that will kill all of the evil Devilorkians. They are evil aliens.
Devilorkians took me forever to read on the recording.
Yes, we actually
because I
have
mispronounced it as midi-chlorians.
Power that will kill all of the evil Devilorkians. Okay. This is a chemical power that will kill all of the evil I keep thinking like midi-chlorians. Like, what the heck? Thank you. Thanks a lot, Liam Neeson.
This is where we get like 90% of the Deadwater lore comes from this.
From this one machinima.
This is the worst possible map we could have used for this scene. The lighting was terrible. Everybody's skin was blown out like so bad. But we were too lazy to find some other room to do it in.
They are evil alien race, Jeffrey revealed to agree, but we cannot wrong. What is you grating about? Jeffrey looked up at him and said, it is not the way to genocide because Devilorkian have good people too and babies. Jeffrey looked up at him and said, I cannot allow you to become the same evil as what are they. And they fighted a fist fight, and Gorge won by knocking Jeffrey's brain into the wall with his powerful fist punch.
That was one of the best scenes we've ever filmed.
I still use the dialogue in this scene in like regular, casual,
oh no, my friend.
daily
Gorge
conversation
realized it
to
was
this
bad
day.
Memory, and that
Oh my
Jeffrey
gosh.
was right not to kill the peoples and decided not to do the plan. But the Galactics of Planets told Gorge he failed the mission. Gorge died of heart attack while in prison. But the peace goes on.
The piece goes on. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yes. Oh, we have to talk about the piece goes on.
But the piece goes on. Yeah, if that sounds in any way like it's been cut, then that's because it is. Yeah.
I wanted it drawn out and dramatic, like something from Lord of the Rings narration, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to bother you
Hindsight.
to have you redo that again because I'm always having you redo lines. So I'm like, I'll just cut it and then make it so that there's a pause in between piece and goes on. So I did, and then I left it that way because why the frick not?
Okay, out of 10. Gosh, I'll give this one an 8. We didn't quite get down the art of machinima making yet. I think an 8 is respectable. It's not perfect, but it kicked off Deadwater Gaming on a good note.
I'll give it like an 8.7.
Isn't that what you gave the last one?
No, I gave it an 8.8. I thought 8.7.
Oh, I don't remember.
I feel like since this is a anniversary video, we should have like a really brief, not even a minute long explanation for the origin of Deadwater and stuff.
Okay, here's the Deadwater origin. We originally had ambition to be mod makers. That didn't go so well, but our company name, because of business name generator, became Deadwater Media, and so we decided to make another channel called Deadwater Gaming, because we gave up our dream of mod making and needed a place to post funny videos that we made.
Trick's return.
I remember the whole time we were making this, you were really weird.
Theo was wake for
I was what?
and he shout
You were
at
really
Trinity.
weird.
Help you. I
Yeah.
think you're dead. No, I am not, she said, and she got it some water to drink. Morpheus walking into the bedroom. Good morning, Neo. We must kung fu. So they trained in the jiu-jitsu and the martial arts. Neo kicked him.
The whole we must kung fu section is probably my favorite, one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. Not only because of how epic their karate skills are, but also because of the martial arts.
Why was the martial arts so funny?
Because it was spelled like Marsha, like the name Marsha, space larts. It was like someone's name. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go visit Marsha Larts this evening and give her some leftover pie.
Martial arts. Neo kicked him.
Good job.
Gorge said, Morpheus, we gotta
Gorge was ad hoc'd in here.
Yeah.
That was one of our better decisions. And it also set us on the course of keeping Gorge in every machinima. Okay, wait, pause it. There's an unreleased segment between when Niobe sees the Sentinel and when Neo is doing this or whatever. It's basically a sequence where Neo looks up on the internet how to beat the Sentinel.
There was a whole scene where he like punched the Sentinel and then he's like, ow, I can't kill it with my fists, and then Morpheus comes up all cool and he's like, that's because you gotta shoot it or something, and then he like
what
pulls
if
out
like
his
next week we just go back and film that one scene?
We should.
Said, and he downloaded how to kill the Sentinels, but it was too late and caused the machines created a new matrix. No, we cannot our powers in the new matrix.
That's Napoleon Dynamite. The first time we ever put him in a machinima.
Then Neo disconnected.
And the reason why we did that was because it didn't say who said that in the script.
Yeah.
There was just this
so-
sudden dialogue of, oh no, we cannot our powers in the new Matrix.
It took me like probably about 15 minutes to convince you guys to make it Napoleon. And it's also the biggest that Napoleon's afro has ever been. In any video we've ever done.
Then Neo disconnected.
Undone weld.
It's so lazy.
What happened in the first Matrix? They are all dead. This is too much. Morpheus shouted quietly.
This segment took us so long.
I know.
This was the cigar scene of this.
It was.
I help you.
It was either that or when we had to make them all go in to find Niobe.
But it was Matrix trick. Neo tried to say help, but his body was frozen in. So, oh no, Morpheus said the radar screen.
That was my favorite line to record in this machinima.
How they enter the Matrix via a crate. It's like
Our design choices in this machinima made no sense.
Like they plug
in any
in
conceivable way, but it was so good.
They plug in with a bottle of bleach and show up in the Matrix in a wooden crate. Like UPS delivers them to the location. Also, that one Smith that's doing a handstand.
Oh yeah.
I'll fight this 500, Morpheus said, and he sorted out his katana at great attack.
I remember when we used to use Catmull Rum in every single video.
What is with the? Why is there a piece of wood in the background?
I don't know.
Like nailed to the wall.
Wait, where?
It'll probably show it again in a second.
You are so good. What's this?
I like how that was not there
Morpheus
in any of the other
because
shots.
He was fight agents and make them run, but the data said some information. It say Neo is a life. We should wait, go back to seek to him. And they took off by using phone
This
interface.
part.
Neo was okay, they find, because of Metascale equipment. The Matrix's virus was
His face. He's like staring into the camera.
The show continue of the fight.
Fourth wall break.
They agreed and formed for strength so they could fight the Matrix one other day. Gentile men, the fight goes on. Neo.
We still say Gentile men as well.
Yeah. Oh, floating Grigori.
There it is. Wait for it.
Hallelujah.
That was my favorite postscript edition that you've ever done.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yep. It was like perfectly timed. Rated out of 10.
This one gets a solid 9.
This one gets a solid 9 for me too.
Yeah, this one was really good. Like, I don't remember it being this funny. It probably would have made a 9.5 if there was that extra scene.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about the weird VenturianTale integration we had for like the first week of our channel.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that. Da, 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 da.
For those of you that don't know, we have some sort of past. I don't know.
Past is a good word to use.
I don't know how to quite explain this.
Basically, we've known VenturianTale more or less in the past, and when we uploaded our first video, we got endorsed on Twitter by Isaac.
Yeah.
And then their mom started watching our videos.
Yes, that was weird. So yeah, when we first started, Isaac Fry watched our Russian roleplay video, which is arguably like one of the worst gameplay videos we've done, and really liked it for some reason. So he tweeted it on the VenturianTale Twitter. Yeah, we got a couple subscribers from that, but at that point no one was watching VenturianTale, so it didn't really help that much. But it was still nice of him to do. But then his mom started watching us, and she disappeared. I don't know what happened to her. She watched like every video we did for a really long time, and was endorsing us for a really long time, and then she disappeared.
My Litte Ponly. Friendship is danger. Rainbow Dash woke up and went to at the garden. Hello, Rainbow Dash, said a girl pony who was named Flyhoof. Okay, hello, Flyhoof. I have never met you at before. No, I am new pony and we have to find Applejack. First, Rainbow Dash went to Applejack's house and they ate an apple pie, and then they went to the space base where they had to get ready to go.
This is the first Machinima we made where we're just like done with life. It was just not fun.
And then when they landed on the moon, everything was okay.
I mean, parts of it was fun, but
they called the eat because they had to keep their spacesuits on. So it was only a pretend picnic, but while they were gone, 100...
This was fun to narrate, though.
We have to go back, too, Flyhoof said. Flyhoof was a pegasaur, but she had horn like unicorn, but it didn't do anything.
Marvel dabbing in the background.
To Dequestralon and found Fluttershy and Twilight Sparkle, and
the other one was me.
Yep.
And then they
was my debut as a pony.
They found a crocodile and they kicked its head and it went oof, and then gave back all the children it ate, and they
the Roblox oof sound effect.
Yeah. The only time we ever said oof in any of our videos.
The rest of the disasters, and the crocodile felt bad and offered to help them. My name is Crunch. I am Rainbow Dash, and these are my
it's very difficult to see because it's like a really fast shot of him puking out the children, but the children consist of me, Marvel, Mahogany, and Heavy. I think that was it. And also the crocodile is just a dinosaur with his whole entire body cut off except for his neck.
And they all went to find the big tree that was burning down, so they put out the burning tree.
That's supposed to be water pouring out of the bottom.
We have to not go in the forest because it is danger. And they went into the forest, and Fluttershy got caught in a bear trap, and then she died. Fluttershy is dead. Oh no. Okay, we will find a key. Please, I'm hurrying. My leg is very
She's alive
blood.
Again.
Fluttershy said with cry. So they found a lumberjack pony who came with axe and cut the bear trap off, but he got lost.
Now that I think about it, this is probably the reason why Paula stopped watching us.
Yeah.
They found the lumberjack, but he was very sick. I was bitten by a poison snake, he explained. That
Remember on this part where we were gonna have like an IV going into his arm, like feeding like bleach into his system?
Yeah, I do remember.
There's gonna be like an upturned bleach bottle with a little IV tube coming out of it going into his arm. And
yeah, why didn't
like,
we
oh,
do
it's
that?
right there. The bleach bottle's right there.
Wait, where?
It's right. It's to the right of the bed on the floor.
Oh, there it is!
And then, like, we were gonna do that, and then we ended up trying to like hook it up to a vending machine instead, and then it turned into a Christmas tree at one point. It was stupid. The bleach joke was funny, but the rest of it was like, what the frick are you guys thinking? Feeding Christmas tree into his nervous system.
isn't true. You are hallucinating and you just got a toad potion.
This is like my
Well,
favorite part.
I did not eat a toad.
We still say hallucinating.
Yeah.
Poisonasu, even if you look at them at their eyes. Auteur's nose. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it is part of that story.
That was the first time I went off script.
So the lumberjack was solved of the last disaster and everyone was safe. But Fluttershy could not talk because she was shot and the blood was everywhere. And then Fluttershy coughed and 100 blood came out. Then she went nothing and everyone saddened. One
It's
day
like
they
the
will
second
all
time.
learn to live their lives
like the third
without
time.
Fluttershy, who
Oh.
was dead.
Wow.
She got caught in a bear trap, she got shot, and then she died after getting shot by coughing blood.
Oh yeah, and this scene right here is what made Marvel change his name on Steam for like 5 months.
Yeah, the Fluttershy who is dead, which I actually like that as a username.
My Litte Ponly, I'll give it a 7.5.
I'll give it, yeah, I think I'll give it like a 7.60 out of 10.
Alright.
Fight of Metal Gears 2.
This was the most, I think besides Portal 2 by a bot, this was the most difficult machinima to make that we've ever done.
Yeah, you're right.
And it took the longest, but Portal 2 took longer. Portal 2 took longer, and it was a million times more difficult than this, for multiple reasons. I still need to do the video. I'm gonna do the video called "Why Portal 2 by a Bot Took So Long," but
I want to watch that now.
Metal Gear Solid. Fight of Metal Gears 2. Old enemies come back. Jake Snake shot the special thing that was a nuke that only kill enemy Metal Gears, but not Jake Snake. So when he shot it, the enemies died. Jake Snake.
Marvel and Mahogany were controlling each arm. Mahogany was controlling the right arm, and Marvel was controlling the left arm. So you can tell, you can distinguish the differences of personality. Where like Mahogany's is all like spazzy, Marvel's is like super slow.
Not Jake Snake.
Yeah.
Enemies died. Jake Snake flied up to the top of the sky again in the Metal Gear and drove really, really fast. To out heaven.
That was Mahogany's idea, make it fly away.
Yeah.
He was like glitching out the whole
Up in
time.
the top of the sky and looked down and seen a boss Metal Gear making people blow up with weapons. So Jake Snake went down and landed fast, and Jake Snake said, "Boss Metal Gear, stop it or I'll shoot you with fire gun." The boss Metal Gear said, "Haha, Jake,
Look at Gorge.
can't kill me because I am strong and have weapons that kill things, and you too, Jake Snake." Jake Snake said back angry, "I'm not small child and I will shoot you with fire gun." So Jake Snake shot fire all on the boss Metal Gear and the boss Metal Gear fell down.
Here comes the big reveal. We were planning on doing more with this, but we never did because it was annoying. It's Jekri, come back.
Of 10 Metal Gear 2 and landed and then kicked the boss in the leg so the boss fell. Then Jake Snake took out a knife and stabbed the boss in the heart and the boss died. Jake Snake crawled into ground and went somewhere else again to fight other things. Out of nowhere again, Otacon screamed, "Jake Snake, behind you again!" And Jake Snake turned around and there was 10 bad guys there.
I like how we refuse to acknowledge the fact that Otacon is a person. He's just a phone in our world. Okay, I have absolutely no idea how we came up with the idea for this assignment. I don't remember. I think Marvel pointed out that the 10 bad guys looked like they were in a boy band arrangement or something. So he's like, we gotta turn this into a music video.
He rode a flashbang and put on glasses so the flashes wouldn't hurt him. Then the flash went away and he put glasses away and the bad guys couldn't see. Jake Snake standed up and crawled to one of the bad guys and broke his arm and his neck and throwed him at another.
This took so long.
This was the most violent machinima we've ever done.
Metal Gear and made a bad guy blow up. Then he throwed the gun at
Metal Gear Solid would like to have a word with you.
his arms off and throwed them at another guy. Then he went to the other guy and stepped on him till he died. Then Jake Snake said to Otacon, "That's a lot of dead bad guys."
Is the phone upside down again?
No, it's right side up this time.
And Jake Snake said, "I must go." So he went in the bad guy base that was around in tree.
And of course it's Soviet because the Soviets are always the bad guys.
Jake Snake crawled into the base and shot a camera.
Okay.
Road.
I have legit.
Explain yourself.
I have a legit explanation for this. Alright, so if you look, when Jake Snake is standing next to the cameras, like right after this, right here, there's like a pile of pistols in the corner. There's like this huge horde of pistols, and it's because we had to throw so many pistols at the camera.
But why didn't you just shoot it?
We couldn't shoot it because we wanted to make it look like he threw the pistol at the camera, and we kept forgetting to delete them because we like weren't paying attention, and we didn't delete them for the next scene because we were like so preoccupied with making the machinima. And the other day I was watching this, and there's just this huge monstrous pile of handguns in the corner from all the failed attempts at hitting the camera. And it's like hidden lore. It's like Jake Snake actually had to throw that many pistols. Like he has that many pistols in his pockets that he uses specifically for taking out security cameras, and he just did a really bad shot.
That's oh my gosh.
he refuses to use the pistol for its intended purpose.
Out of nowhere, someone was behind Jake Snake again, so he turned around and saw Revolver Ocelot there.
Oh, that ragdoll in the background, you see?
Yeah.
That was originally supposed to be Revolver Ocelot because we were like spawning all these different guys. So we're like, oh, which one should be Revolver Ocelot? And then we forgot to delete one. So Revolver Ocelot number 2.
Terrorist from Babylon 13.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, there was elite terrorists over laying on the ground over there. And it's legit Metal Gear lore. It's Revolver Ocelot's clone, because if you know anything about Metal Gear, the entire story revolves around clones of people.
And how I kill you, Jake Snake, Revolver Ocelot said to Jake Snake after Jake Snake saw him. No, you didn't kill Solid Snake, Jake Snake said back. Yes, I did, and I did it slow, and he was hurting a lot. I'm going to kill you.
You killed him through the power of arthritis.
Revolver Ocelot jumped away and landed and shot Jake Snake in the eye, so Jake Snake had to get an eye patch out of his pocket, and he put it on. Then he shot Revolver Ocelot, but Revolver Ocelot ran away after, so Jake Snake had to follow him. Then the room filled up with gasps, and Revolver Ocelot's voice spoke from the speaker.
He just has like these stereo speakers.
Jake Snake looked around and coughed and was dying almost.
Okay, this right here. I still have no logical explanation for that.
To be continued? Okay, I think that was a good one.
Yeah.
This is season 1 of Deadwater Gaming. See you guys in season 2. Season 2 still is not over.
Season 2 has been going for 2 years.
Yeah.
Each season was supposed to end with each year. And we forgot about it because we're lazy.
Now we wait till the end of 2018.
Once 2018 is over, season 2 will end and season 3 will begin. Hopefully, unless we forget again. Alright.
Okay. Fighter Metal Gears 2. I say, because of the trauma, 7.
I'd rate it a solid 8. Minus points for not having as many funny things in it as the original Fighter Metal Gears did. Like, I will never get over the whole bathtub sequence and the guy that he lit on fire with a cigar.
Yeah.
We're just too good.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. The most obscure machinima we've ever made. So it is the least popular machinima we have with 2,000 views. And I think it was the last machinima Paula bothered to comment on.
If only she could see us now.
I don't even think she remembers that we exist by now. Is there anything you want to say about this one before we start it?
This had some of our weirder decisions in it.
Yeah, I can see why this is the least popular because it is, I would say, like, had the least effort put into it.
Planet of the Apes. Secret of Planet. Othnor's Oat.
Oh, I forgot about this part.
Connection is best onto the original Planet of the Apes.
This is like the best part.
Because I like it better, because it had Charlton Heston in it, who is good actor, but then he died because of circumstances. The ship of space travel touched down on the remotely desert of the planet that subsequently was Earth, but the ship didn't know because of this plot twist. The crashing happened and then the ship crashed bad. Him, Captain Harvey John, and he said, "My crew are dead, so I have to forage in the wilderness." But then he found a city of apes.
It's like right in front of him.
This must be Earth, he questioned. The leader apes sent a gorillas who were military him into town so hard that it made him hurt his life. "Who is this human?" cried Dr. Zaius with yelling cry. "My name is Captain John." Dr. Zaius gasped. "This is outrage. Demand to kill him immediately." "You say that now," explaining John, "but I have evidence you will betray the apes." "What have the evidence?" asked Cornelius, but then the gorillas got
I think this was the last Gorge reference we've ever made.
Are you sure? I think there was like at least one other time after this.
We definitely have not referenced Gorge in a Buy a Bot video.
I know that for sure.
got mad because he was siding with the humans after so much they had been through. But he did not have to give the evidence because Dr. Zaius reached growl and his fists were powerful ape claws that screamed with his mouth. "He is mutating into evil," Zira said, and she hid on the floor where the apes were hiding. John yelled, "We only have 10 seconds left, so we have to run before time runs out."
8, 7, 6, 5. Wow. That was the shortest 10 seconds of my life.
Rubbed his fist.
Oh yeah, there's no finger posing on the gorillas.
"It is too bad Dr. Zaius was a very great ape and not a bad guy." "True," John said reinformingly, "but this is
True.
after prejudice." It it was a very sad lesson.
Rub his face, please.
The human still has to pay for his crime.
I love this part.
And they had to execute Captain John.
I like how you just keep going for it for so long. Like you're bludgeoning him in the knee. Like, what the heck?
For being on his side, Zero waited for him to get out of prison.
The door's open behind him.
Did I just say the end of chapter 1?
Yes.
There was more to this, wasn't there?
No, there wasn't. He never wrote more.
Dude, Half-Life by a Bot is next.
Oh boy. Yeah, I gotta have to really go into detail with this one, because this is literally why our channel even is relevant
popular
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna have to go into detail with a lot of the visual stuff, and
Yes.
I'll go into detail with
The narration.
especially the legendary beer.
Yes.
That is so legendary.
Alright, so there's this time period. Everyone was just tired of doing stuff. We kind of stopped posting videos for a while. I got the idea of trying to make some short machinimas, and I wanted to see if it would go faster if it was just me, or if it would be harder. So I did like, what, maybe 3 or 4 videos by myself. And then, as I usually do, I stalk the Half-Life subreddit. One day, I was checking the Half-Life subreddit, and there's this post of this guy who's like, hey, there's this program that you put scripts of things into it, and then it automatically screws up the script, and it's funny. Here, I did it to Half-Life, and he posted it on the Half-Life Reddit, and everybody loved it. And the top rated comment was, someone needs to make a machinima of this. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And I need to do it fast before anyone else does it, because there's so many people looking at that post, and it was so close to a full life consequence video script. I knew I had to be really fast before anyone else did it. So I wasn't about to wait for Mahogany and Marvel. I just started work on it right away. I was like working overtime to get it done. And I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I was doing the first thing that came to my brain every time I would get to the next segment in the script. And I didn't expect anyone to actually watch it or care about it, because I was putting almost no effort into actually making it good. Yeah, I made it as fast as possible. And I finished it, I uploaded it, I asked Mahogany to narrate it, and like, he was reluctant to do it at first, and I don't mean to put you down or anything, but I feel like he thought it was stupid.
I did originally,
which I don't
be
blame
honest.
you. Which I totally don't blame you, because without context it did look really just stupid. But I eventually coaxed him into doing it. And okay, believe it or not, he narrated it with his iPhone. He used his iPhone to record it in his laundry room.
Yeah.
And in the original recording, you could actually hear like laundry room ambience. So I cut it out. So it was like the lowest quality recording. It was like the most cobbled together machinima we've ever done. Especially because I did it like as fast as I possibly could. And then I posted it on the Half-Life Reddit under a secondary account, and yes, I do that because if you don't do that, everyone hates your frickin' guts for posting your own video on Reddit. I'm not gonna say what my second account is, though.
Gordon Freeman arrived at work late like he did every day. He worked in the anomalous materials laboratory in the middle of nothing.
Is anyone else getting hungry?
That day was a gigantic mistake. Everyone died except for Gordon because they was responsible scientist pals bleeding and Gordon Freeman was responsible.
So he tried to blame it on the military, and they were not happy about that. The HECU see what seems to be
all the HECU guards are holding E11 blasters from Star Wars. And multiple people have pointed this out in the comments, and it took a really long time for people to notice. But yeah, and I did not notice this when I was recording this. Like I said, I did this in like the utmost. I made this video with utmost haste because I had to make this before anyone else did their own version, because there's a bunch of people that wanted to make a machinima with this. Luckily, this was the first version to come out. There are like 2 other people that did Half-Life written by a bot that exists somewhere on the internet.
I will say. No hate, but like they're not in very well put together full life consequences style.
I spawned the HECU guards, like I just clicked on the NPC icon and then filmed it really fast. And I didn't notice that this was directly after we had tried filming a failed Star Wars machinima that we keep trying to do and still haven't done. And I had it set so that the NPCs would spawn with E11 blasters because we were doing a recreation of the first scene in A New Hope where the stormtroopers board.
Seems to be an industrial complex populated with aliens. This is not good. Gordon fires at anyone left because he finds people to be ridiculous.
Oh, beer time.
He hides with beer because Gordon is inbound and destroys people. I feel like I have to explain myself.
You have to explain the beer. It's too legendary.
I had just recovered from losing my voice, and so it wasn't 100% back yet. And so I remember I was laying on my back in my laundry room recording this part, and it's the line is Barney hides with beer because Gordon is inbound and destroys people.
Yeah.
And as I was going through it, I voice cracked on the word beer. I stopped right after I said the word beer and re-recorded the line.
Without the voice crack.
Without the voice crack. But then I said something after I recorded the beer line without the voice crack, and I said, okay, you can just use that one and forget about the voice crack, because I thought, oh, since I stopped in the middle of it, he can't use it. What Timbleweeds did was he spliced out the voice crack.
Yeah.
And then put it together with the last part of the line where I didn't voice crack. And then he prominently featured the voice crack again after the awkward silence after I said the line, and then I just said beer.
It was so funny, I couldn't resist. I knew that part wouldn't have been nearly as funny as if I would have used the version where you did it voice crack. So I did everything I could to salvage the voice crack.
I am fully convinced to this day that the reason why Half-Life by a Bot is so popular is because of that voice crack. If you do not believe me, I posted in the comment section of Half-Life by a Bot, why is this popular now? And someone responded, beer, in all caps. And so that's how I know that line is what made us popular. Beer. But Freeman doesn't like that. He rips a gigantic portal open and flies to Zen.
Oh, yeah, I cut out a part there because the original script was Gordon opens a gigantic portal in a chamber or something, and I'm like, he's outside, there's no chamber, I don't want to go inside again, I don't want to change maps. So I just cut out the part where he said open the gigantic portal in a chamber. Plus it was funnier to just have him rip open some doors.
Flies to Zen. The aliens don't like Gordon, and radiation facilities start being eaten. The aliens are gone again because Gordon lures said aliens into space.
Is anyone else getting hungry?
The G-Man shows up.
Could you tell that the aliens said, "Is anyone else getting hungry?"
Anyone else getting hungry? Yeah.
Okay, no one ever really said anything about that in the comments, so I always figured that it was too garbled for anyone to get the joke.
And says, Dr. Freeman, I finally found professional scientists.
That misspelling of professional, though. Professional.
G-Man, but he falls into a portal and destroys his brain.
That was my fault, too.
To be continued?
Alright.
Sub for more Gmods, lol, this caption is blocking the little box thing.
Internationally popular.
1 to 10.
10
How
out
was
of
that
10,
machinima?
10 out of 10 because I made it. Because of the fact that it got us where we are today. 10 out of 10.
I will say 10 out of 10 for that.
I mean, in terms of like actual machinima quality, considering I made it alone and stuff, I guess like an 8.5 or a 9. It is one of my more favorite machinimas that I've done by myself.
I would say, in terms of speaking strictly on production, I'd probably also say an 8.5. Yeah, this one's like, what? This is our longest machinima, I think.
Is it okay? Which machinima is more legendary? Half-Life 2 by a bot or Portal 2 by a bot?
Portal 2 by a bot.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
The machinima that took like 6 months to make.
6 months to make, took all of our passion for making videos away and threw it out the window. More specifically, threw it out like a 20-story window. So the cabs on the street below it could run over it. And our hopes and dreams would be dashed until we finally could find solace. I mean, and he released Half-Life 2 by about pretty, like, the script for it.
Yeah.
Fat Corey guy, he released it pretty soon after.
Yeah, a lot of people think that we did the script for these videos, and we did not. We did not do the scripts for like any of these videos.
We did the script for Portal and Portal 2 by a bot.
Yeah.
Actually, specifically Marvel did.
Yeah, Marvel did those. So this one, unlike Half-Life 1 written by a bot, I did not do this one alone. I did this. I did this like I did this with a combination of alone with Marvel and with you briefly. I think I can't remember.
I don't think I helped, actually. I think I was always busy when you were trying to record it, so I don't think I helped on Half-Life 2 by a bot.
After having sustained severe brain trauma, Gordon awoke to the beach behind him. G-Man steps out of a building.
Okay, that whole outhouse joke thing, that took me like 3 hours to do. That's
How?
because, okay, that porta potty model's from Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and I did not have Counter-Strike Global Offensive installed, and I could not find a porta potty model anywhere else. But I had to do this joke. So I had to download Counter-Strike Global Offensive and wait like 2 hours for it to download. And then I had to mount it in gmod, and then I finally got to do it.
Freeman reveals his crowbar friend. Time for questioning, said the G-Man. Gordon shook his head crab. I think you deliberately misunderstand me, scowled G-Man. Then Gordon found himself standing in Ravenholm. Aliens were everywhere again. Repeat misjudged worst destruction.
Oh, that... He kills that zombie with the head crab. That was an accident. But it was perfectly timed. I wanted him to just throw the head crab down in frustration, because I had absolutely no idea how to visualize what was just said, which was,
Repeat misjudged worst destruction.
Repeat misjudged versus... I have no idea what the heck to do with that, so I just wanted him to throw the head crab. But I had to add the NPCs thinking on, because they needed to, like, walk around and stuff. So, one of them, like, jumped over in front of Gordon right when I slammed the head crab down, and the head crab ended up impacting with the zombie and killing him, and making that scene a million times funnier because it was completely unintended.
The aliens still did not entirely
There's a face again.
but some did because they were masochists.
It took me, okay, I had to learn how to pronounce masochist because I'd heard the word before, but I never knew how it was spelled, so I got really confused. And that happened in a couple Machinimas where I've had to do that.
It's quality animation.
I never noticed the hearts in his eyes.
The burning.
I just like how he sneaks by in the background.
Oh yeah, this part says praise the train. Yeah, I think like one person noticed that.
Cleaner was one of the few scientists to escape the portal city, Black Mesa.
This part I did with Marvel.
And was shocked to see Gordon once in a while. Barney was also beyond words, branching towards entanglement.
I know you really like this part.
Okay, this part with the strings, the entangled Barney. This was in a very, very, very dark alley that we did this in, and it was completely quiet while we were doing this, except for like the sounds of him struggling. And Marvel was just like, this is so unsettling. This is like the creepiest thing we've ever done.
Oh my gosh. Like, I have to, like, edit that now, that clip, and just like...
have, like, creepy strings playing in the background. It's like horror music. It's just, like, slowly zooming in on him as he's struggling to get out of the spider web.
Also, resistance member hiding in a piece of concrete pipe named Alex Vance. Gordon thought Alex was futile, but did not kill anyone because he was thinking about his father.
You are not some rock and roll icon from Liverpool.
A lot of people didn't get that joke.
What?
A lot of people didn't get that joke, and I'm so disappointed.
I don't remember what movie that's from, but I remember watching it when I was on vacation one year.
Yes, I watched it too. It was like the magic of something Isle or something. And the joke being, if people still don't get the joke of watching this, the joke being Gordon Freeman, Morgan Freeman, last names, thinking about his father. It's supposed to be a joke that Morgan Freeman is secretly Gordon Freeman's father, and he's remembering Morgan Freeman scolding him and calling him a dog as a child.
Named Alex Vance. Members insisted Gordon
John Freeman cameo.
Citadel to shoot the Combine.
This is one of my favorite parts. Just nod.
I was having a good day when I did that.
This
The hug.
They
John
teleported him away
Freeman.
with liners.
John Freeman and you. You were standing behind John Freeman.
Kleiner's extremely excellent teleporter that
falls
was
over.
bad. Gordon felt sick, but he was now at Eli's roof.
Watch it, Lamar!
Infested with head crabs.
Oh my god.
Judith Mossman greeted Gordon and told him, goodbye, Dad. Gordon swung his crowbar angel manipulator, which collapses scientists because she speaks much worse than Alex. Eli came up to see what the rooftops were hiding, and Gordon ran.
The scene I did by myself, it took me so freaking long.
When he ran back into Alex, who was hoping he likewise liked her. Eli had been chosen by Dr. Breen to be captured, and Alex...
Why was, Eli Vance holding an Xbox One?
I couldn't think of anything else to make him do while Green was pointing at him.
appears not entirely hygienic about it. Gordon decides there is more killing to do and mimes to Alex he kills people with grenades. Dog, Alex's education manipulator buddy, picks up Gordon and shoves him through a window.
The true precursor to JC Denton dancing was dog dancing. I love how the door slides up instead of opening like a normal door.
Demons which dwell in the basement. Demons are not aliens, and Gordon is sad. Man hacks fly at Gordon, but okay. Gordon is mad because man-hacks are mean. The Combine soldiers die because Gordon finds them very opportune for clearing minefields. Now, inside the Citadel, Freeman finds a gravity gun that bends benefactors into oblivion.
When I first was narrating this, I really hoped you would make that Oblivion joke in the Machinima.
Gordon likes destruction, so he enters a large waste chamber where Breen lives.
That took so long.
This voice.
Dr. Freeman, you've got something bigger like qualified degrees and blood.
I have never been able to accurately reproduce that
Alex
voice.
and Eli are hanging from the ceiling in pods because Breen is lonely. Gordon is waiting for Breen's speech to end. Breen is talking about that cat. Gordon is bored and smacks Breen with head crabs.
I actually want to do an origin video of that cat sometime. Like some kind of video explaining the origin of that cat and why it's so prevalent in the Half-Life universe, including Half-Life written by a bot.
Wait, so that cat is actually a meme in Half-Life?
Yeah, when you're getting teleported in the beginning when you're in Kleiner's lab for the first time, remember Barney's like, oh, I still have nightmares about that cat. And Kleiner's like, oh, don't worry, we've made major strides since then. Major strides. And then Alex is like, what cat? What cat?
Collapses and explodes. As the explosion rocks the Combine buildings, Freeman hears a familiar voice. Well done, Patient 17. You have no idea what you are doing, what I could never do alone. It was the G-Man. He enters the adjacent room where dimensions intersect through the underground sewers. It's time to lose some stuff for the questioning. Gordon finds time to make several direct hits as he comes over to G-Man.
You look like a beaver in that scene.
If you type in Half-Life written by a bot GIF, that's the first GIF that comes up is him walking slowly towards the camera with the beaver face.
I don't get it.
Except Alex.
I love the frickin' floating scientist cameo.
Very disappointed in you right now. Now we're on to Portal by a bot. The video that... Oh, wait, we have to rate Half-Life 2 by bot.
I will give this one... I don't know, but there's some parts in here that I'm, like, ridiculously... Like, I just love so much. I guess for me it's 9.5. But that's just because I made it. And now the weird oddball written by a bot video. Portal written by a bot.
Yeah, this one's like the black sheep, but
Yes.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, look, it's with the intro and outro, it's a minute and 54 seconds total.
Yeah, okay, so it's because we weren't really gonna actually do a by the bot video, or by a bot video with this one originally. Like, we had something else planned for it, and I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was just gonna be a joke, because it's just me and Marvel made this. And I don't know if what we had initially planned for it, but it wasn't this, that's for sure. I think we just assumed that it was going to be like another small, short, you know, like the kind of videos I've been doing recently, like Metal Gear Solid and JC Denton dancing and all that.
Yeah.
We figured it was just going to be another one of those, but then when like a frick ton of people started watching it, we're like, oh, I guess it's another by a bot video, like a real one. But we didn't intend it to be like a real one because it was so dang short and it wasn't as good. Oh, we should talk about Blix. That was such an entertaining. That is such an entertaining
fully
backstory.
intended to talk about Blix.
You can do the whole Blix backstory. You gonna do Blix right now?
I
Or
was
gonna
gonna
watch
wait
it
till
first?
the end.
All right, we'll watch it first.
Shell wakes up in a small box with a radio and toilet pellets that she had speculated to be dangerous.
Tense cord.
Goes out from the cube through the portal that opens in her wall and finds a big...
Oh yeah, this was before we knew about the portal gun mod, so we used a mod that adds these weird gates that are apparently from The Witcher.
Oh wow.
The Witcher Gates mod. And I think everyone just assumed we were making a clever reference because they work kind of the same as portals, I'm assuming, but that's not a reference. We didn't have anything else to use.
Finds a big robot lady called GLaDOS, who says that she is good and Chell agrees to be her friend, as long as she doesn't try to kill her, to which GLaDOS rolls her eye. They go on an adventure through the test chambers where GLaDOS cheers her on and tempts her with cake and freedom.
Okay, so the hat GLaDOS is wearing that says Go Chell. When my mom watched this for the first time, she genuinely thought it said Go to Hell.
Oh my god! She actually thought.
Yeah, she genuinely thought it said that, and so she did.
When I first saw it, I thought it was a MAGA hat, Make America Great Again.
I think that's what it originally was, and I like photoshopped it.
Chell walks into a secret room where she sees GLaDOS trying to press a button that will blow Chell up, and that makes Chell angry. You betrayed me! Chell screams with a sad face.
Yes, I have always secretly hated you.
This is before we knew how to replicate the GLaDOS voice properly.
Yeah, thank you, that one commenter that we don't remember the name of right now.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are. It'll show you on screen.
You saved our necks in Portal 2 by a bot.
She's dead, and GLaDOS explodes so big that the entire building explodes, launching Chell into the sky. She then
Excess construct.
really hard, making her fall asleep.
Okay, wait. Someone in the comments, I don't know who, someone in the comments said they watched this with their little sister, and this last frame gave their little sister nightmares for like a week.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. I know what it's like to get nightmares from video games. Freaking Black Mirror.
To Black Mirror.
I will explain that in another video or a live stream or something. But let's rate it first, and then I'll explain Blix.
Oh yes, yes. All right. I rate 7.5 out of 10.
I'm going with 6.5 on this one.
Yeah,
I didn't like this one at all. I liked some parts of it. Okay, I liked. I'm proud of the narration and a lot of the execution with like face posing and stuff. And then, the freaking the ghetto portals and the go to hell hat. Didn't actually say that, but now I can't get that out of my head.
Okay, this is I'm just gonna preface this. This is a complete joke. But what if we had at our merchandise shop had a hat?
I would honestly fully support that. I know it's bad, but
I'm actually okay. This is the deal. When I made the t-shirt shop, I was gonna ask you like, hey, I want you to help me brainstorm ideas for different merchandise because I want to eventually have merchandise themed around our specific videos that have like either like famous quotes from our videos or pictures of different face poses or whatever on t-shirts. And I don't know which ones would be good, like which ones would be the most good.
I've had a couple of ideas of that, so I'll bring it up after this.
All right.
After we're done recording.
But yeah, the go to hell hat just triggered that memory of wanting to get video themed merchandise for our shop.
The thing is, that's never gonna not be funny.
It's never gonna not be funny.
Gather around. It's time to explain our dear friend Blixabon.
If you're wondering what the beeping was just a second ago, someone was playing with a pressure cooker. Everything's okay.
Blixabon. He's a character.
He's probably watching this right now too. He's a real person.
Hi, Blix.
Hello.
Hi, Blix.
We're gonna talk about you.
We're gonna talk about you and how you ruined our lives. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But so essentially we had this this individual join our Discord server with the username Blixabon, and he was in like one of our videos of like Half-Life 2 co-op.
Yeah, he was one of the
we were
guys
playing
there.
with a crane or something. I remember that. And
He's actually a pretty funny guy too.
Yeah. And so he was an active member of our Discord server. We didn't have any problems with him. And then we released Portal by a bot. And of all the people who watched it, Blixabon was livid because, in his words, we did not accurately capture the essence of Portal in our by a bot video, and we simply used it as a stepping stone to get to Portal 2 by a bot.
Which, I mean, is kind of true.
Essentially, well, yeah, that part's true. But also, he was very mad because we didn't include references to, like, the Rat Man.
Yeah,
we
like
didn't,
every part of the game, basically, which would have made the video, like, 50 minutes long.
Yeah, that would have made it longer than Half-Life 2 by a bot.
Yep.
And Portal is a significantly shorter game than any of the other by a bot videos of the games that those are based on. So essentially, Blix got so mad at us, and he started like this argument with Marvel about it because Marvel wrote the script.
Yeah, he's the author of the Portal by a bot script, both 1 and 2.
And so we tried to defend Marvel in this, and then eventually we got to a point we just banned Blix.
Yep.
Because he was causing a lot of problems, being really angry about a video that we made in our own stylistic choice of video.
That's a freaking gmod video.
It's a gmod video on the internet. By like
the entire
a bunch of teenagers.
The entire preface of it being a gmod video in and of itself should completely just discredit everything he was going for.
Yeah, so but what was hilarious about it was he was taking it so seriously, and he was taking it so personally that we didn't make the video that he had expected for if Portal was written by a bot. So yeah. Hi, Blix. We're sorry, not sorry for banning you, but I hope you enjoyed Portal 2 by a bot.
I doubt it, but he did apologize eventually, though, even though he did end up never letting it go and bringing it up after he apologized again and again. But
several times.
It's still worth noting that he did apologize.
Yeah, he did.
But poor Marvel, like, he had, like, PTSD after that point. He took everything Blix said to heart, and when he wrote Portal 2 by a bot, he had, like, 50 different versions. He's like, oh, I gotta make sure I include all the lore. I don't want
all
Blix.
We did, but the script we ended up using was the original script that Marvel wrote before we released Portal by a bot, so it was unaffected by... Blix's opinion.
Yeah, we used the first draft, which was arguably the best because it had it was funny.
I mean, it's not even arguably the best; it's objectively the best.
Yep.
Like Blix got in our. Okay, let's be honest. Blix got in all of our heads.
Yeah.
In some form or another.
I mean, it didn't really get in my head. It just made me nervous, man. It was just annoying.
Yeah, so we banned him.
But
anyway, do we have to?
We have to watch Portal 2 by a bot.
Dang it.
It's the best way to end this video.
So we've been building up to it for the entire video.
Yep.
This one is the bane of our existence. It turned out okay for
People always talk about how if you work hard at something that you love and you really enjoy doing it, you make a lot of money from it. You get popular for it. It's what you're gonna get. It's what you're gonna be known for. I get that pep talk like all the time, and we didn't enjoy like a second of making this godforsaken machinima, and it is like
absolutely right.
And it is one of the most popular things we've ever done, and one of the most successful machinimas. It just goes to show that you don't have to enjoy anything you do, and it can still become a major success.
I mean, the people enjoyed it.
So
The general consensus is extremely positive.
So for those of you out there that absolutely hate your job, you can still be a complete success.
I'm not looking forward to experiencing this pain all over again.
Alright. Normally I would go into full detail as to why this machinima took so long, but I'm going to be doing a completely separate video on the behind the scenes of why this took so long. And it's bound to be very entertaining, but for now I'll just say we had a lot of problems, and we had to do many iterations of this machinima because we weren't into it and we kept screwing it up, so we had to keep restarting and refilming stuff.
Chell wakes up from her really long nap time and is being stared
Oh, the PTSD is already going.
who tries to get her to speak, but she does not.
Everything
like
in this room was complete chaos
Yeah, so
and so painful to record.
there's a lot of reasons why it took us so long to make this, but one of the reasons being that the Portal 2 maps are not, they're not compatible with Gary's mod, and they're broken. They're so broken in so many ways that we had to like exploit the game in order to get around these terrible bugs in order to actually film this. And one of the worst ones being that the bedroom was so small and had so many collision objects that we could barely fit behind the bed.
It would have been bad if it was just me and Bryce or Bryce and Marvel.
Yeah.
But we had to fit all three of us
behind the
in
bed
the
with
room
the
at
camera.
once.
So that's why, like, the production quality at the beginning is really low. You can like see our shadows and everything.
Chell to walk through her door, but she was still tired and fall down onto a room with a portal gun. Time for testing, said that core, who was ready to kill
I'm
her.
proud of that Wheatley voice.
Ran excitedly to an empty room where she shot the walls so she could walk through them to get to a elevator. Wheatley loses his cruddy head when Shell finds an immobile robot who tried to poison Shell with bad gas but failed miserably. GLaDOS wakes up from death thanks to good manufacturing practices and threatens to
I
kill
realized
Shell.
after uploading this I spelled manufacturing wrong.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, I spelled it manufacturing.
Lasers and fire.
I love the lasers guys so much.
I do too.
I've almost gotten to the point where I want to like use his face as my profile picture.
He goes crazy and turns GLaDOS into a potato with conversion rocks and
Okay, this part is the one beacon of joy that was in this machinima.
Yes, it was the one fun thing to do. Just make Kleiner beat a potato with a rock.
This is the only thing that we found fun.
and throws them both down a really, really big hole. Chell lands on the floor without dying and impales GLaDOS
The
onto
second
her gun.
portal
and
gun in the
runs
background.
into the-
Oh yeah.
I don't exactly remember what happened there. I think like one person in the comments noticed that. I think we were spawning different portal gun models and that one was the wrong one, so we like chucked it away and forgot about it.
the blue gel that makes her bouncy,
Please proceed faster, please.
said the angry potato woman.
And that's
Also,
actually
this-
Mahogany's voice. For those of you that do not know, the
What was?
GLaDOS voice lines are actually Mahogany's voice.
I remember how
Okay.
we were so happy when we finally found the portraits of Cave Johnson.
Yes, it took us so long. Also, Easter egg of the Gary Newman picture painting up at the top there.
On the top, yeah.
A lot of people have pointed out that Shell's pants changed color, and that is true. That's because the blue pants is the player model version, which we use with Ragmorph when we're doing stuff like this, which is actually Mahogany playing the part of Shell. and the orange one, the orange pants, are the ragdoll. And there's really no way to get around that. There might have been, but we were too lazy. We were just trying to rush through this. We didn't want to spend time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Lemon, science, and murder.
Burn your house down!
And she begins to portal
Doesn't
through.
fire a single portal.
Wheatley shows up and shows Chell a strange facility with turret babies and thousands of metallic tubes.
Actually, that's a trebuchet.
Oh, there's so... Oh my gosh, I hate the trebuchet comments.
I think I have an idea.
Says GLaDOS, still a potato.
Let's make him switch heads with the stupid ones.
Chell smiles wide at the thought of this. Dumb heads at Wheatley until one finally attaches to Wheatley's body, but it doesn't work.
So when I said, in the line where I said it doesn't work, in that point in the commentary, I kind of had a mental breakdown, and I kept saying, it doesn't work.
You said it like 10 times.
It doesn't freaking work.
When you've been working with gmod for way too long.
I literally said that like four or five
to
times.
celebrate what she learns. It is not time to cheer yet, though, because she falls asleep again.
Oh, I love this part so much.
Thankfully this time. She wakes up next to a full-bodied GLaDOS, who doesn't like women in her head, and decides to go outside on a walk. She stands in a big open field, where she sees a small shack, which she thinks is a bathroom, and sighs a breath of relief. "It's been too long," she said before smiling and opening the door, only to find a burnt friend cube sitting there next to a door that says, Aperture Laboratory Door.
This is where my guitar work was supposed to be in.
I completely forgot. So for those of you that don't know, there's a song, a specific guitar song that Mahogany will play, and he's played it in like almost every video we've ever made that isn't a machinima. And we don't know what the actual song is, so we just call it the Batman song because the first time he played it, he said, "It's Batman!" And I was supposed to use it for dramatic effect at the end of this video. And he like did an isolated recording of the song for me and everything, and I completely
Just
forgot.
so you could do it.
I completely forgot. So instead, you just have SpongeBob soundtrack. There we go.
There it is. This is what it would have sounded like. Actually, no, there's music overlapping it, so it doesn't have the effect. Also, this is one of my favorite ending lines.
Yeah, this is my favorite Machinima ending we've ever had ever.
Wait for it.
Music and everything.
Yes! This Machinima is over!
That should tell you just how
Happy
how bad
we were.
we wanted it to be done.
Yes. All thanks to True Impacted, Jafrafa Free Duncan. The two best people on the face of the earth because they actually give us money.
Also, you know what you guys can do? We have merch now. So head on down to the description and click the link to the merch store, and then you can buy things with our logo on it.
Yes, support us.
And soon you will have other options like Goodness Goodbye Dad.
Yeah, I definitely want to start putting stuff from our videos on our t-shirts and have like graphic designs and stuff. Definitely want to do that. But if you want to support us, buy one of our t-shirts or give us money on Patreon or something, because
you can also donate to our Patreon.